When I joined Reskill Americans, I already had about a year to a year and a half of self-taught experience with development. So I had the unique experience of being able to mentor some of my fellow students who were coding for the first time. And I think that drive to mentor comes from my own struggles that I had with learning. When I was in elementary school, I struggled with math. Math was my worst subject. I remember getting D's and just thinking at a young age, like, I'm not smart, math is not my thing. And I took that all the way to high school. I barely passed high school because it was contingent upon how I did on the math final. And it was like I barely scored high enough on the math final to be able to graduate. Even into adulthood, I was telling myself, you can't do this, it's too difficult for you, you're not smart, like math is not your thing, like you need to find something else that you can do that doesn't involve being a smart person, because that's what I had told myself since I was a kid. So I looked into one of those private nursing schools which you pay like $100,000 and they kind of accept anybody. And I was like, okay, maybe this is the path I have to take. So that required me to take an entrance exam for the nursing school, and it had really basic math in it, but I was so afraid of that. And I studied the math portion like crazy. And I told myself, like, I'm gonna continue studying each problem until I understand it. I don't care if I have to go to YouTube or go online or get a tutor, whatever I have to do to understand this material. And it's basic math, but to me it was like, it could have been hieroglyphics for all I cared. So I studied that hard, and I got back the exam and I scored 100% on the math portion of that exam. That was the first moment where I kind of undid all this negativity, all these negative thoughts that I put into myself about learning a particular thing. I know there's a lot of people like me who doubt themselves. They think they can't learn math, or they think they can't learn coding because coding looks complicated, or only smart people who have computer science degrees can learn to code. But it's not true. If you are determined, if you have the time and you have patience with yourself, to learn something, you can learn anything. That's how I approached coding. I was like, man, if I can overcome math, which was the hardest thing I thought in the world, I can learn to code.